Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have a video I want to put up for you here. Now, a lot of things are going on right now. This is the time. I don't know the exact timing of all this, like I've said it's like 1,000 times in all my videos, but when you talk about the unprecedentedness of all these different occurrences, things happening in California, all over the country, we're talking about the migrant caravan that's pretty much here, and is thousands more are arriving. And the cover story that is how there's 70 to 75% or maybe more military aged men. And if you look at the pictures, you can see that there's hardly any, it's not a real swath of people, of the average migrants. A lot of things going on. If you look at the details, if you actually look at all the details, and the things that I've mentioned about the timing of iPad Goat and how it has to be in 2018, there's several things with for example, the Economist magazine that was in 1988, and it was saying 30 years from then, which is 2018, would be the end of the of currency and the new world currency and all that stuff. That was 2018. There's so many things I could point to on 2018. I'm not going to get onto all of it right now, but the timing is all culminating. This is an unprecedented coalescence of information and events, okay, and codes and everything are pointing to 923, which I've said. Now, what I've talked about more recently is the 21st, the 22nd, and then I'm adding the 23rd. 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, because the 23rd is a full moon, which is an iPad Goat. I was going to get into more things with iPad Goat. I haven't had the time yet. I have a family, like I said, I have a full-time job. Just so many things going on. I can't get into all of it. But I have limited amount of time. I do not make 1 cent from any of this YouTube stuff, and it takes a lot of my time. And so I've been seeing things and researching things and been looking at things to put together. And then I see this and I have to put it out. Like the last one I put together by Marfugel News. And people can doubt all they want about who these people are and all that kind of stuff. I don't care. I'm putting it out for the ones who will listen and see this as credible and everything, because it is. I'm not going to put anything on my channel that's I don't feel is credible. Now, of course, I could be wrong on things. I've always said that, and I don't know the future and everything. Okay, but when you look at this Operation Hot Musket and the things that have been released, the actual documents, the cooperation with many branches of the military people and things, it is just, it's things are going on. And so I'm going to show you this video from John X Army. He's talking to Marfugel, and they're actually friends, and another guy named JP, and what they talk about, and more information that you could actually research yourself on Rex 84 and all these different operations and things, and how this is coming together for the timing that I was mentioning, and I've been saying for months. Actually, the timing of 9/23, whatever date that is, now I'm saying it's very possibly November 22nd, 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. Any one of those 2 days together, which is, of course, after 9 in Hawaii, and then after 3 a.m., 9 p.m. in Hawaii, after 3 a.m. in New York. There will be these massive tsunamis that are pre-planned to hit the United States on both coasts. The one on the west coast starting in Hawaii because of Kilauea exploding. And by the way, some people have said that Kilauea, like for example, Dutch Sense is saying that Kilauea will explode at some point very soon, and they're under reporting the earthquakes and things that are going on there. I mean, all kinds of things going on. And then the New York side or the East Coast side will be hit by a mass tsunami as well. So these are man-made, pre-planned stuff that we've seen. The California fires are man-made by directed energy weapons. If you look at the actual pictures and things, the trees are fine, and then the houses and cars are cremated. There's no such fire in the past that does that. If you look about 20 years ago or more, maybe even a little less than that, maybe 15, 10, I don't know. But if you look at any forest fires, you look at any real fires, nothing looks like those. They are cremated. They're turned to ash. And then the trees around them are fine. Anyway, if you looked at any of that stuff, you could see that. We're under attack by the globalist Luciferians, and they are putting these pieces together and this is in a process that's about to explode. I don't know when it's going to exactly, but I'm speculating. Again, I am speculating. Okay, this is not fear porn or anything. This is warning people about legitimate things, legitimate information, legitimate events that are happening. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Okay, but I do care about the ones who will listen. I care about my brothers and sisters. I care about the ones who will listen to the truth, because you've been warned, or like I like to say, you've been served. Okay, and I'm serving you as I feel the Lord Jesus Christ is leading me and guiding me to serve you. Okay, this is all going to come. I just don't know exactly when, but I can speculate based on information, evidence that I've accumulated, that I see around me. And so I'm presenting this to you to, put it through your filter. If you don't see it, that's fine. I'm not asking you to see it. Okay, I'm not asking you to definitely believe it. You'll see after it happens, and you probably believe after it happens, unfortunately. But it is real. Things are happening, and there's a lot of cover stories. It's very complicated. All this stuff is very complex, the way the Luciferian global elites are putting this together with all these players, all these events, all these things. But there are reasons. Now, I wanted to say something as well. Now, when I've been doing gematria and different things with iPad Goat and things like, for example, even the Economist magazine in 2018, how I showed you in my video, how there's all these different lighted icons or colored icons in like a grid pattern. And I showed you how, like, for example, in Project Zergo, there's a clock tower that's on 3 o'clock or a little after 3 o'clock, and then up to the right angle of that is Kim Jong-un, and then up to the right, to the angle, to the diagonal of that is a missile. Up to the right diagonal of that was the Statue of Liberty, and so those all connect together. And I kept seeing Kim Jong-un in this gematria, and I kept seeing North Korea in this gematria stuff that I was doing with all these different media things, from sports to stock market to everything. And look at my videos. Look at the several past videos, and you'll see all that stuff. The countdown stuff I was doing, and everything I'm describing as these different maze paths that all were pointing to one correct path to 923. Okay, whatever date that is, and I think it's very possible it could be 1122. Or 1122/1123 or 1121/1122. It's over 2 days because they're going from 9 to 3 at 9 to 3 on 9 to 3, as I've said. Okay, so North Korea ends up popping up, and Kim Jong-un kept popping up, and people have seen tanks in Mexico that had red stars and all this stuff. Okay, now some of this is hearsay and all that. Of course, I understand that. Okay, but in this video, you're going to have actual documents you can look at and research, and that Operation Hot Musket is real. It is 100% real, and they're going to bring this information, the ones who are talking on this video, and you can look it up. It's not hearsay at all. You can look it up, and you draw your own conclusions. And then guess what? You'll just get to wait and see how it plays out, okay? But you need to know to be prepared spiritually, mentally, hopefully physically, all those things. And this is not about fear whatsoever. I get nothing I don't want to produce any fear in anybody. I want to produce your preparedness, and hopefully you have faith and trust in God to bring you through this crazy stuff that the enemy has planned for people. This sick, disgusting stuff that's going to happen to millions upon millions of people. And it is not good. And I'm not excited about it one bit. I am excited in one sense, about the Lord returning and going to heaven, and a lot of good things happening as well. But on the other hand, it is horrible stuff that's going to happen and come rain down on people. I've talked about this. I've wrestled with this for years, because I've heard about this, and the Lord showed me a lot of the stuff that was coming about 3.5 years ago. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to play this video from John X Army's channel. And then it has to do with Marv Fugel News as well. Marv is going to be on with John X Army because they're friends and they're talking about this. Then John X Army will bring his researcher buddy JP on, and he'll talk about some of this stuff too. So this is very powerful stuff, and you be the judge. And you look into this information if you want to verify these things, and just see what you think. You be the judge. I am not going to say I know exactly what's going to happen, but I do know that things are happening and they're not good. And when this all going to play out, again, just speculating. So here we go, without further ado.
Click live. So I'm going live right now. Let 2,000 people get in here. I got some breaking news for you, man.
Okay, but I got what do you call it? Satellite coordinates, and I got channels for ham radio operators to listen to.
Okay.
So
you're live. You know that, right? We're live right now.
No, I didn't. But okay, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, I just clicked live. Yo, so one of my theories, just to get off topic, just because you just mentioned that, one of my theories is that, and actually this is from Mr. Patriot, is that they might come for ham operators first to kind of shut down communications when things go down. But Marf, I am about to break your mind with what I have for you. And I'm going to call somebody. Dang it, how can I get you all on the phone at one time? You have to hear this. Like, listen, when I say I have breaking info on Operation Hot Musket, dude, I got juicy. That's about to answer all questions with everything that's been going on with Operation Hot Musket. What if I told you all the truth is about to be revealed, and you can look it up yourself, and you can verify everything I'm about to say? I am not about to tell you someone's opinion or my opinion. I am about to give you 100% factual proof. I just need to figure out how we can all do it live. I think Skype. Did you ever fix your Skype? Marf.
Yes, sort of, yeah.
You're gonna love this, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me try to call you on Skype right now. Because that way I could do a three-way. Or at least somehow, like, we'll all be able to hear each other. You see what I'm saying?
But, John, I don't, you know what I told you earlier, and
yeah. No. Hey, we're all good. We're all good. Trust me. I got some info from a former presidential executive order that I think is going to blow your mind. It's going to answer all your questions. It's all the truth is going to be revealed, and it's out there in the open for you to go research. Like, it's nothing to do with the guy's deployment papers or anything, but it's going to give you the full picture of exactly what's going on, and you can look up the documents for yourself and verify it. Trust me. I'm about to blow your mind, dude. Trust me. Hold on. Can I call you right now, or you want me to wait a minute?
I'm right here. I'm ready.
All right. I'm calling on Skype. Let's see if it works. All right, I can hear you. Can you hear me through Skype?
Hold on, let me Okay, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so we can hang up on the phone then?
Yeah.
All right. So, if I can't figure out how to make an easy Skype three-way call... Well, first, okay. First, let's say what's going on.
So I should probably explain a couple things.
Well, hold on. Let me hit the intro. I'll give the little backstory, and then you can explain, and then I'll call the person who's going to reveal all the truth about what's going on.
Okay.
Sound good? Okay, you guys. So Marfugel is on Skype with us right now. If you don't know, he has a YouTube channel. He is a patriot. He's been reporting on just all kinds of things to try to bring down the evil cabal that is destroying our country and our world. Recently, he got wrapped up in something that is very controversial. He had a live call-in show, and a caller called in and said he was on convalescent leave because he had a baby. He's active duty military, and that the last 20 or so days of his leave got canceled. He was issued deployment orders for a domestic deployment. And now this is what was very scary. They sent him to what city in Texas, Marv?
Lubbock, Texas.
They sent him to Lubbock, Texas, and there's like basically nothing going on there, right? And So he gets there, he starts sending Marfugel text messages saying, hey, there's a ton of troop movement, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, I'm scared, I don't know what's going down, why are we amassing this base and all these troops in Lubbock, Texas for no reason? Why was my convalescent leave canceled and I was issued a domestic deployment to Texas? Now, am I correct that this is not by the border where he was deployed to?
No, it's in North Texas, Lubbock, Texas, and it is at the Reese Technology Center, which he believes is being turned into an FOB, a forward operating base. And that is a center, that's a base that's been closed down for 20 years. So that was part of the weirdness of this.
Okay, so now before I blow your guys' mind and put all the pieces together without opinions, with straight facts from the government, you guys are gonna, I'm telling you, it's about to get crazy, bro. But I mean, you're gonna have all the answers you've been looking for. So what'd you want to say? You wanted to say something before I called.
Well, I want to say that I'm trying to be careful about everything. I just want to clarify that I host a show where people call in. I don't screen calls. I asked for people to give their information regarding deployments. I did not, know about what information was going to be said.
Because now the Pentagon
responded.
For the viewers who don't know, Hal Turner, is that right? The right name, Hal Turner?
Correct.
His website took Marfugel's story and ran with it. The story has went viral. It's blown up everywhere. Everybody's making videos on it. Everybody's talking about it. Hal Turner's radio show posted the story to their website, and then did Hal Turner's radio show, did they contact the Pentagon, or did the Pentagon contact them?
See, that's what's weird here. So in the article, it even says a timeline, and it says Saturday, 21:11 Eastern. I just communicated with Lieutenant Colonel Boldanza from the Pentagon via off-hours cellular and again via email. So they say that they they contacted them. They also say Hal Turner was napping at the time after a very long day of hard work, and the volunteer made a decision he ought not have. And it says the information should not have appeared here publicly, ... at least not yet. So they say, and they actually call me, they didn't say me by name. They say the only comment they can quote from the, which, by the way, that's the Pentagon public spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Baldanza, says the documents allegedly showing deployment orders, quote, are not valid. That's all they say. But then this article says there is no Operation Hot Musket. The entire issue is obviously a fabrication by some nut job.
We're about to blow that out of the water.
Action role playing. But get this. I didn't know who Hal Turner was. I've heard his name. He's been to prison. He is apparently, I don't even want to say it, a W nationalist and he's a Holocaust denier.
He doesn't seem like a good guy.
This guy has been to prison, so he's definitely on some sort of list. And it even says down below, certain information came into the Hal Turner radio show over a different form of communication, SATCOM, which a volunteer news staffer thought should be published here. So this whole thing is making me very nervous. But I talked to legal counsel. They said I should not be, I shouldn't be in trouble for this because AKO, Army Knowledge Online, is not classified, and that's the only thing that was shared.
Yeah, because he's allowed to show his deployment papers to his friends and family. I mean, as long as he's been told not to. So you didn't share any classified information. But what if I told you that I am about to call somebody who is going to read some executive orders, some presidential orders, just 2 minutes worth, that are verifiable, you can go look them up, and all this is going to make sense? That we're about to blow this wide open. And guess who's about to blow it wide open? JP. JP gets all the credit. He called me. He was trying to get a hold of me for hours and hours and hours. and I was with my family. Finally, when I called him back, he's got the full story, and I think I just leaked his phone number. Oops.
Hello?
JP, is John.
Hey, what's up, John?
All right, so you're on live with me and Marfugal. He can hear you also.
Okay.
We've got 1,900 people in here. Blow the story wide open, bro, with facts that they can go research.
All right. Operation Hot Musket is legit. They have basically renamed Operation Cable Splicer, which was part of Rex 84. And this was a sub-program of Rex 84 called Operation Cable Splicer, and it was established on the reasoning that if a mass exodus of illegal aliens crossed the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. The Rex
So
84...
let me stop right here. So by the way,
Yeah.
right now he's reading executive orders and he's reading about operations. What president was that wrote that? First of all, what presidential?
I believe it was...
Okay, if you're not sure, don't say it. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, I can remember.
So basically, Operation Cable Splice has been renamed Operation Hot Musket, and check out what it is, guys. It's where they deploy troops and they deploy FEMA to areas near the border when there is a mass exodus of immigrants about to invade our borders. And what they're able to do is all be in position and already be set up. And if a huge group of illegal people breach our border, they're ready to swoop down and grab them. But back up,
It's crazy.
back up to the paragraph and read that again and go on. Tell me everything you told me on the phone a little bit ago.
Okay, so what it does is it allows them to round them up and detain them. It also allows military bases to be closed down and then turned into prisons. Operation Cable Splicer is the program for an orderly takeover of the states and local governments by the federal government. FEMA is the executive arm of the branch, basically becoming the police state, and thus will head up all operations for the United States. The presidential and executive orders already listed on the Federal Registry also are part of the legal framework for this operation. So basically, FEMA takes over everything.
Now,
all operations, presidential orders.
Now, what is Rex 84?
Okay, Rex 84 is centered around the original martial law. That's what this is for, martial law.
Yeah, Jimmy Meeks just commented martial law when I said, what is Rex 84?
This is part of martial law.
So, hold on. Is anybody, Marf, are you familiar with Rex 84? Let me look this up.
We've been
This
talking
is
about
not-
it. We've
this
showed
includes-
memes with Joe Biden standing next to guillotines and Rex 84.
They are expecting a Red Dawn situation at our border.
Exercise 1984 was classified scenario and drill developed by the United States federal government to detain large numbers of United States citizens deemed to be national security threats in the event that the president declared a state of emergency. And then there was something else I wanted to go over. Operation Hot Musket. There has been no specific press release to the public, but the operation has been proven to be real. Many enlisted men from across the country have been receiving temporary 12-month or less transfers, mostly to Texas. Everyone is assuming this has to do with the caravans of legal aliens headed this way from Central American countries. So, where are you reading from? What executive orders? Because you didn't even read me everything you read me on the phone earlier. I want you to reread the actual stuff.
Okay, presidential executive orders already listed on the Federal Registry are also part of the legal framework for this operation. Executive orders 12-919,
Okay.
10995, 10997, 10998, 10999.
So, Marv, is this news to you about Rex 84 and Operation Cable Splice?
Yeah, this is all news to me. I was just digging stuff up, and I
This is
thought,
not
okay,
news, but-
well, Hot Musket, I would go back to the Civil War, and then I'd work my way back up.
Yeah.
Well, I worked my way up, and I looked up Operation Hot Musket, and I'm like, well, you know,
So,
maybe there's stuff.
hold on one second, JP. Marv, have you looked up Operation Cable Splice yet?
So the first time I heard about it, and I'll just be honest, was last night. Someone posted in the chat about Cable Splicer. In fact, that's live on my video, and I looked up Cable Splicer with our whole crowd. We had about, I think, 1,800 people last night, and it was basically
this is
describing. So
great.
whoever chatted that was ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with all of it,
in the United
but
States,
I will tell you, I'm not an expert on this
what's happening.
subject. But
And there's
I've heard
other
of Rex 84. I've heard of all this, so I'm just putting my hat in there and saying, you know, I just gave a platform for the information.
Yeah.
This is definitely.
I mean, this blows Hot Musket wide open. The Rex 84 and the Operation Cable Splice. I mean, dude, your story just blew. Like, when people get a hold of this and start looking up these executive orders and Operation Cable Splice, Operation Hot Musket, Rex 84, this story is out of control.
Yeah,
So,
but I would like to say though too, if people can please stand up for me, if I'm, you know, if anything happens, you know, please let, if there's any character witnesses, people have watched me for a year.
Hold on,
you know,
JP.
I don't mean to make harm. I don't mean to cause harm to anything.
Yeah.
Signed by Obama before he left office, and the new ones that stop this issue,
JP's been going the whole time, you guys.
yeah, they all coincide.
Yeah, so basically, well, I'm saying this might be a good thing. We don't have to put a negative spin on this. All these domestic deployments might be in case we are invaded. They have set up a backup plan to snatch up the invaders. So, like, that's why I was so excited to do this, because I'm saying this might be a positive, awesome thing.
Can I read a text that might put some people's nerves at steady? This is directly from the gentleman.
Yeah, read it. Hey, hold on, JP. Marv's gonna read a text. Hold on one second. All right. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Marv.
Okay, after the one about the MLRS batteries, I said, by the way, if anything happens, we are all behind you. I have received over 3,000 people in Texas that will help if need be, even people that said that they would come and get you out of there. Job offers if you get in trouble for sharing info, and of course, lots of prayers. Then he replies, Adam, you're a good guy along with your fans, of which I'm one. God bless you and them. And then at 10:51, he says, got some news that steadied my hands a bit, but then put me back on edge. The controlling patriots is not entirely right. Apparently, we're here to enlist the help, not a draft or by force, possible incursion or disaster from the south of our location. No precise details. If it kicks off below us, will be the front lines. Not guaranteed, but the Army doesn't take chances. Stay safe. Then he says, there's talk that Brass might be assembling a field army, quote, which is commanded on the ground by a 4-star, has not been done since the Gulf War. Several divisions at minimum 50,000 soldiers and all the equipment and logistics that goes with the territory. If they begin this, it would be too much to keep quiet. Pay attention to 126.200, and then he puts in parentheses MILATC with a space in the middle, and 242.400. And then it says in parentheses 24-24-Hilo comms for your ham friends.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, JP. I'm sorry to have you on hold, JP. Hold on, my baby girl stole my ink pen. Hold on. I want to know that ham radio station. I want to make a note of that. I'm gonna get a ham radio. Let me pull up a text document.
My assistant, Shauna, is 9 years in the military. She did emergency preparedness. master's in business, incredibly smart. She is certified to actually give the license for ham radio operating.
All right, hey,
She's doing videos too on this.
What's that ham
Mark
radio
Reports with
station?
Shauna.
Sorry to interrupt you. What's that radio station? Because I definitely want to tune into that. I mean, I might go try to find a transistor to listen to ham radio tomorrow. What's that station again?
Hold on, let me get back into it.
I want to write that down and start monitoring that. I suggest everybody watching, if you got a ham radio, switch to this station.
Okay. By the way, I've told him multiple times that not to do anything that would put you in. I told him the consequences of this.
And said not to do anything illegal, and yeah, we know.
What I think let's see.
Well, I want to know that.
He says, my shift is almost over, so I'll go dark again, but I fully understand what I'm doing. I don't care, and regardless, the people need to know. If there's a price to pay, I'll gladly pay it. I signed up to protect and defend this nation, not one man or the elite. Stay safe and stand by for further info. And then, let me give you that.
Yeah, I want the ham. You guys, he's about to give me the ham radio station that this soldier said to listen to.
I don't know if we should even...
Yeah, you already said it. It's on here anyway. People just
24-24-Helo comms.
24-24-HELO comms.
Yeah, Helo's capitalized. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I don't know, but I'm gonna Google that, and I'm gonna find a way to listen to that. I mean, as long as it's not illegal.
I gotta go tell my 3-year-old to be quiet. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys, by the way, me talking about listening on this ham radio, make sure you check with your local state and city laws, and make sure it's legal to actually listen to that channel. Make sure it's legal to operate a ham radio. Make sure you follow all guidelines and everything like that. I do not want to lead you to get in trouble. I have not researched this yet, but I will research it, and if it's legal, I'm going to be listening to that station. Hey, thank you for the donation. I posted about Cable Splicer and Rex 84 on November 13th on behalf of Pope on a Rope after he had a hard time on Marv's Facebook. Thanks. Okay, wow. So that came from Pope on a Rope, you guys. Pope on a Rope is filled with great information, by the way. He's been around.
Sorry, Pope on a Rope is a good subscriber of mine too. What did he say?
He mentioned Rex 84 and Cable Splicer on November 13th. They were calling these two operations out before we had even got the story on Hot Musket from the soldier.
There's another operation besides Splicer.
But there's a debate inside me that's saying, like,
So here's the debate with Marf, you guys. If this is something good for the country, and it's all on the up and up, Marf feels horrible. Like he's not trying to put their business out there if it's something good. Marf it kind of caught him by surprise on a live stream, and I know what you're saying. I've read the comments on your video with the soldier that came in, and I saw a lot of people say, this is not good. If our military is doing something, you don't want to expose the plan. And that comment's very valid, and it makes a lot of sense, and they're 100% right.
But, they say, also, they said it's not valid, but of course they would say it if it's classified.
Yeah.
But very well though. If you think about it, if he's assigned to an EMF tank truck, those crowd control trucks.
Yeah.
What if it's they're going down there non-lethal? If 1,000 people come over the border, they shoot it at them. It's non-lethal. It sends them packing and running.
And that's at the beginning of this video. I forgot to note that when someone broke down his deployment papers, it meant he was being deployed to what's the name of the city?
Lubbock, Texas?
Lubbock, Texas, to operate one of those trucks with the crowd control EMF device on top of it. So first of all...
That's what Reese Technology Center does.
Oh, is crowd control weapons?
No, they do EMF weapons. That's what... It was a base 20 years ago. You can read tons of articles about it. Now they do those EMF non-lethal weapons.
Yeah. Wow.
one more thing,
The
you know,
Mexican-
nobody has proven that there's tanks over there, but now, like, reliable people are saying that.
Yeah.
But that can't be, you know, people shouldn't be relating the two. This is not good, and I just want to say, like, I apologize if I've uninherently
Exposed accidentally.
I have a family and I have kids, and you know, I'm a normal guy, and I want to get to the truth, but when you get too close, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of took you by storm, and you know what I'm saying? It took you by storm and caught you off guard, and I don't think anybody realized what type of information you'd got until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? We thought you got information like, it's going down, they're being deployed, it's all going down, and we had to raise the alarm for everybody. But now, looking at all this information, it seems like Operation Cable Splice and Operation Rex 84 are, in case the U.S. is invaded, our military is prepared and there and ready to swoop in and capture the invaders. So now the big question is this all for good? Or is it a martial law FEMA type situation? I mean, I guess we gotta be realistic. Has our military ever done anything against us? No. You know what I mean? So we probably shouldn't scream that they're about to now, you know what I mean? Because I was in the US Army, and let me tell you, I have never been around a greater group of young men than the young men who serve in our military. And that's a fact. Like, I miss the great moral character of the men I served with. You know what I mean? You don't find men with such good morals as you do in the military. So shout out to everybody in the Army.
One thing I want to say about that too, a caller called in last night, and he was a retired captain, and he said, you know, he knows his men, and he knows the general feeling of it. Like, just remember that the Marines, they are mostly good men, and
yeah.
He said,
my father was a
everybody
Marine.
said, oh, this guy's, you know, a big talker and this and that. He said, you know, I know none of my men when I was in would ever fire on their own people. He said, you know, nobody would follow that kind of order.
No.
I believe there are people like that out there. I'm just saying, and I think that we are in a very serious position in our country, and then, but, you know, sometimes you got to put faith out there and put faith in God. That I don't think people should be scared. Basically, I think that we have to have faith and prepare. You know, just in case. That's what they're doing. One more thing. Dabu reported an asteroid thing hitting in Texas
a few days ago.
Today.
Oh,
now,
today?
Before that, my guy texted that thing about a possible disaster there. I don't know. You know, they can detect like where an asteroid would hit.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many different possibilities here.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna. JP, I'm sorry, brother. I had you turned down, man. I was trying to calm the nerves. You know what I mean? And I heard you screaming "Red Dawn" in the background, brother. I had to. Hold on. All right. All right. What do you got to say now about this Red Dawn stuff? I'm listening.
They're planning for a Red Dawn scenario.
Red Dawn scenario, as in China and Russia invading?
No, as in, okay, they're planning on, so it was announced that the Mexican government said that they were going to fire on U.S. soldiers or police if we tried to stop the migrants, if they tried to bum rush the border and get in.
Where was that announced? Because I've seen we've arrested.
Now, that was announced on Mexican TV.
Can hold on. We can't say it if we can't verify it. Can we verify that?
Yeah, go to UNICEF or whatever the Mexican TV stuff there. This has been being announced yesterday and today. It's been coming out all day. And
send me a link.
Go to JWTV. I'll have to do it after I get off because I only got my phone.
JW.
I'll send you a link. Go to JWTV. He's reporting on it.
No. I don't want to go look at a YouTuber. And I'm not putting you in the hot seat here, JP.
That's fine. I'll send you the news link. I'll send you the news article.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's different if he has the link under his
It's getting
description.
bad. And basically, Tijuana, there's been
Because I know we've arrested some that have jumped the fence already. So, you know what I mean? And nobody fired on them for arresting them.
No, they're not going to yet. But they're expecting all these migrants. So far, there's like 10,000 of them over in Tijuana, and they're expecting 50,000 migrants by the end of next week.
Wow.
Just in Tijuana alone.
Yeah.
Can I ask
But
JP a question?
If something like that happened, and they have a law forcefully.
Yeah. JP, Marf wants to ask you a question. What do you want to ask him? I'll just relay it. I was going to hold him up to the headphones, but...
Is it the caught sneaking migrants in UN prepares hiring plan 2018?
I can't hear him.
Is it caught sneaking migrants in UN prepares
Hiring plan
2018? Is that the article?
It could be.
Because the source on this one is another YouTube channel.
Oh, the source on that's another YouTube channel?
But this might not be it.
Well,
I don't know.
JP, let's hang up and see if you can send me the article real quick, and then I'll call you back.
He's usually pretty good. JWTV is actually pretty good about putting the articles.
But there's more info first.
Okay, well, go ahead. And P.S. I think I leaked your number at the beginning when I first called you. And Marfugo, I accidentally leaked your number in the John X Army chat room for Patreons, but one of my mods deleted it like within a minute. So my bad, Marf.
That's all right. It's actually
everybody knows my number anyway.
text now number.
So I've leaked 2 numbers in 2 days. One more strike and I'm out, guys. I promise I'm not gonna leak no more numbers. All right, go ahead, JP.
So we do have China and we have Russia down over in Venezuela, massing troops, like massive numbers. And the reason why this is an issue is because we've got these thousands of migrants, or hundreds, whatever it is, coming up to our border. That's why they're basically stationing all these armed soldiers. They say they're not, but they are. They're armed. And at the border, but whenever they declare martial law, it's going to be a martial law scenario. They are not going to allow people to be armed. They're not going to allow militia or patriots, period, in the surrounding area carrying weapons. They are going to disarm everyone in that vicinity or wherever there's military, and they're going to declare, that you have to be in your house at a certain time.
You know what? You're right, because they do that martial law was declared for tons of national disasters, and you're right. I remember Hurricane Katrina. Not only were you not allowed to be armed, but they literally went door to door to people who owned Class 3 firearm permits and above, and they literally confiscated those weapons.
Every address.
And look at what else is going on. We've got these massive fires in California, okay? That's wiping out that whole coast. Then we got the election fraud stuff over in Florida. It is basically chaos in the U.S. We are in a constitutional crisis at the borders, and with our election stuff, I'm telling you, Trump is at the point where he is going to have no choice but to declare martial law.
Yeah. So here's where I'm confused. If we have the right to bear arms, how are they allowed to take that away during times of martial law, is my question.
Because, here's how that's possible. I'm glad you asked. I've been getting to that. When I studied, this is how it's able. After 9/11, when I worked 9/11, remember I talked to you before?
Yeah.
So the Patriot Act the First and Second Amendment, it's gone because they instituted the John Warren Defense Act, which ended the Patriot Act. And then the Infantry Brigade Act of Georgia, they're basically, it's the Military Commissions Act, ended the habeas corpus. And then the ID Act, attached to the Emergencies Appropriation Bill passed, without anybody even contesting it, was passed. And that allowed the media to have full and total control over everything that is allowed to be discussed or put on TV. Basically, it's a full clampdown on what's allowed to be discussed or put out. That's how they're able to YouTube and the media. They basically suspend habeas corpus already. They basically suspended civil liberties and constitutional rights as soon as they instituted those.
You just described to me, like, you know, John X Army is always screaming, "We're enslaved. We're not really free. It's a program. It's the Matrix. It's whatever you call it." Dude, you just described real slavery to me. Do you know? Think about it. If martial law is declared and they suspend the Constitution, which obviously it has been being done, we're not free. They come take our weapons away and make you go into a shelter. I saw them pulling the old lady out of her house during Hurricane Katrina. You know what I'm saying? She said, "I got food. I got food." So
exactly.
So
we are under a soft martial law right now, but as soon as Trump announces it on TV, it will be full martial law.
John, I gotta go.
All right, thanks for calling in, Marv.
Somebody's out. Somebody's here, and they should. All right.
This is not.
All right, be safe.
I mean, this is it, John.
Well,
this is what the U.S. is basically boiled down to. We're at that point. It's here.
It's not here
and
yet.
It's here, John. Trump don't have a choice. We have massive election fraud. We have people trying to invade our border by the thousands. We have fires in California that are wiping out, a state. I mean, if there's any need for a martial law,
basically, if they don't shut the grid down, in the next month, if the economy doesn't collapse, I mean, even if it does, listen, I think we need to figure out as Americans, how do we make it illegal to ever take away our constitutional rights, whether it's martial law, no matter what. I think people really need to get to work and figure out how to get our rights back. That's what I think.
Did you hear what that governor said on national TV?
No.
He was being interviewed by what's his name from InfoWars?
Yeah.
I guess is his name. That older dude?
Yeah.
And he said, well, we're going to do a buyback program, and if people don't surrender their guns, well, we'll just arrest them and take them to prison. And he said, oh, well, that's not going to happen because there'll be a war. And he's like, well, it'll be a short war because we'll just nuke you. That's what a governor said, openly.
Yeah.
And he said, are you kidding me? You're going to nuke U.S. citizens?
I read that article, actually. I read that article.
Do you know how insane that is for a governor to say something like that?
Yeah.
Even if it was just in jest, a governor wouldn't say something like that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is. All right, JP, I'm going to let you go. I'll call you after stream, all right, man? I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, later.
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw this. If you watched it to the end, and here I am talking here, I'm just going to leave it at that, and you can just take it how you want. A lot of stuff are going on if you just kind of open your eyes and look, if you've been looking, and we'll see how this all plays out. So this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.